Hello, 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 back with another Italy two-player game, and it's me, funkdoc, as always, up against Sparablinda. This is my first time ever playing against this person, and they're going to give me the 6-planet list price. Which makes me happy because the builds here are not quite as cheap as in my last Italy game. So as always, again, I'm going to buy the trash. Now, if you don't intend to build on turn 1, theoretically, it's cheaper not to buy the trash, because then trash will get cheaper. Trash will go down to $4 on turn 2. Problem with that is this. If you buy the 6 and then don't buy any trash, your opponent can see that you're not going to build, so they won't build either, and they can stay below you in the turn order. Whereas you buying the trash on turn 1 keeps them honest. That way, if they don't build, you can do a 2 build, so you can take a prime position on the map and make more money than them. Also, holy shit, 11 came, so this keeps happening so often in my recorded 2-player games, it's ridiculous. Like 13 going under the deck on turn 1. Anyway, as per usual, since my opponent built, I will not. That's my standard play with the 6 plant. Shoutouts to J-Bode for working out that one. 25 comes on. They go for the 3. I like this. I like this play very much. I think what I'll do is go for the 9 now this turn. I'll go for the 9, and then we can fight for the 10 on the next turn, because 10's going to be way better than the alternatives. No reason for me to buy trash this turn. And I will definitely buy my 2 oil now. For sure. One way or another, I'm going to power 3 cities on the next turn. That's going to be my plan. So I think I might just do a 3 build here, although no, that's possible. I don't have enough money for a 3 build. So I think what I'm going to do here is... This has to be Ravenna and Bologna, right? Yeah, those are the builds that give me the most stuff on this map, for sure. Give me the most different connections to the most different areas. So that's definitely the play here. So 11, 22, and 33. Ooh, 22, this is not looking good. 33 is a very weak plant to be going under the deck for step 3 as well. And now we fight for the 10. 16's going to be actually not too bad with this market. 14 is worth a little extra to me because of being so high in the turn order. I have to figure this out. Problem is if they take Modena. Here's the deal. So I made them pay 15 for the 10 plant. And I think I'll go for the 8 here, just to see what they do. Yeah, especially with 14 coming on the market, because holy crap. The nice thing here is I'm guaranteed to get bottom next turn, so I will take the 11. This market is just getting horrible. So 11 will actually have some value. All right. I'll buy the trash just to make them think that I might build the 4. Make them think about what to do. And now no reason for me to build. So I can just fire my more efficient plants here. 29 goes under the deck. Again, this is a pretty bad step 3 market. Quite bad. Do I take 11? Do I take 11, actually? Do I take 11? I think I don't. I think I don't take 11. I don't need to plant this turn. I can just build to 4 and run the stuff that I have. So I'm going to take a net loss slightly on the 8, but I wanted to do it just to drive up, drive up the long-term costs for the 10. Make the 10 buy a bunch of extra coal, instead of allowing them to keep coal cheap. That's why I bought the 8. Learning from my mistake in the previous 2-player Italy game. Because I was going to say, because the market should be improving now. There's a... We're churning through a bunch of the worst plants at this point. So I should not need to fire the 8 after this, so I'm not going to buy any extra coal now. Definitely take Modena and Rimini. These are what expand my connections the most. So I'm doing well in the builds right now. I'll have to watch for Firenze, though. Firenze junk could be pretty good for my opponent, although they have to worry about me jumping into Aqua. Opponent needs to protect Aqua first here, I think. Ooh, they're staying at 2. That makes me feel good. 14, 16, 32, 35. Okay, so 35, again. We haven't had a single plant with like 6 or 7 power. So I'm getting a big money advantage over my opponent right now, for sure. And 16 is an auto-click for me, and I expect my opponent to pass and take the green plant. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is interesting here. Okay, so 28 came. All right. Plus, if worst case, absolute worst case scenario, if we get another dud after this, I can just buy 11, and 11 is okay right now. So I think I'll pass and just see if I get... Yeah, I get 22. Cool. All right, I have a really nice efficient setup here with the 6, 9, 22. So I was right. I don't need to run the 8. I bought the 8 literally just to run one turn, just to prevent his coal from getting too cheap with his 10. I wanted to punish him paying a lot for that plant, was my idea. So yeah. 50 came, so we know that's going under the deck this turn. 28, 30, and 31. That's the other one I was missing. All right. So I think I just buy the trash and don't buy any extra oil here, because I expect my opponent to build and move above me in the turn order. Maybe they can't afford it, though. Okay, they can't afford it, so maybe, I guess I should have bought the extra oil in that case. Oh, well. I think I just, since I'm going to be above them in the turn order anyway, I just take Firenze now. Or is Reggio better? Nah, probably Firenze. Just go ahead and take that now. I could take Reggio, too, as I think about it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Opponent cannot build to 5, which is great news for me. I'm definitely crushing them on the money right now. And 22 is only going to help me in that regard. 6 has been a monster. Like, The 6 plant should be the first plant you put up for bid in 2-player Italy because it's such a good moneymaker early compared to the other starting plants. Like, I would probably pay, like, 8. I think 8 is a fair price for the 6 plant in 2-player. So my opponent letting me have it for 6 was a really big deal. So we're going to bid big on this plant. Problem is, Sparablinda does not have a lot of money. And I know this because they couldn't build to 5 last turn. I'll pay for this plant. I will gladly pay for this plant. Because I should be able to build to build another city this turn. Should be able to build. Because I have really cheap cities here. I have a twin. Okay, cool. I'll punish my opponent. I think my opponent overpaid for this plant because they're hurting so bad for money. So I will just take the 18 here. Yeah? 18? 18 good? I mean, I clearly gotta buy something. And 18 should be good. It's just, I'm definitely buying 18. It's a question of what, because 18 will make me a lot of money. It's a question of what I replace. And I think the answer is probably replace the 8 over the 6 or the 9. 31, 32, 28, 18, 39 came, so we're up to date on plant tracking. Problem is my opponent gets to keep coal cheap. If I don't have any coal plant in the game, but there's no coal plant worth running. Like, I think I just do this. I just commit to my hyper efficiency plan. The 25 plant on average, I would say, is probably worth a little less than 40 in 2-player games. Like, 25 and 26 are both a bit less valuable in 2 compared to any larger games, in my opinion. And 40 is, and somewhere around 40 is my standard price for the 25 plant in, like, 3 or 4-player games. So yeah, I think my opponent definitely overpaid, especially given how much their money situation is hurting here. I will store extra oil this turn, because I'm likely going to stay above my opponent in the turn order. Okay. All right, so that's good for me that I built 7 off the market. Yeah, that was a great play for me because now 19 came, which is a bad drop. I really want 28 to stay on the market is what I want here. So we need to dodge one more bad drop for that to happen. So I take Pisa for sure. I definitely take Pisa here to reduce the appeal of my opponent jumping into this West Coast area. And then I take Ancona next. Cheapest city, and my opponent has a direct connection to it. And the fact that I stored extra oil on the 9 means I will replace the 6. The 6 is the next plant that's getting replaced. But oil is going to be cheaper than trash now. So 9 is definitely the plant to keep. Longer term. I do not want... Okay. Alright. 23, very bad drop for me. Although I'm still not too worried about money at this point, so I'll just pass. See, I would actually buy 23 in this situation normally because it's an endgame plant. Like, 23 can potentially be an endgame plant in a 2-player. Because you can, if you get a 3 and a 5, then you just need a 6 and a 7 in step 3, and you can get to your 21 cities. And I am definitely going to trigger step 2 this turn. That's my goal. Sparablinda's cheapest builds left are all in Aqua. Everything else after that is jumps for them. But Parma is quite a cheap jump, even though they're like blocked by 2 cities. These are just 2 really cheap connections. So Parma is an effective jump for them. So they can build to 8 this turn, which makes sense. And I am going to go ahead and just trigger step 2 now. That's the play. We know 46 is going into the deck because we already saw 50, so that's the highest number plant left. And I just have to build these 3, and I will win the builds. $24. Okay. 24 is not quite 28, but it'll do. I need to get some capacity soon. Okay. And this is why I'm glad I built, because I still get a 4 plant. A 4 plant's what I really need here. Well, that's an incredible drop from my opponent. And another dud right after that was 17. 24 is still a decent plant, though, because trash comes in at 2 per turn now in step 2, so... yeah, the problem is keeping coal cheap. We're starting to suffer from the problem of me not having any coal plants again. It's just, 8 is not a profitable plant is the problem. Maybe I should have replaced 6 instead of 8, though, as I think about it. I don't know. And I'm not going to store any extra oil on the 9 anymore because that plant could be replaced next turn. Because let me think. Because I should be able to afford to build up to 15, right? If I can build to 15... no, I can't. Well, no, I can, actually. I can. I can just barely afford to build up to 15. And I'm going to do that because I need to move the market as much as possible. I need to push step 3. Get step 3 as soon as we can. Especially with this market stall right now. And the nice thing is that now, when I build more, 12 will be instantly removed from the game if it's drawn. And 12 is the only really big dud plant left that could come for me after this. So basically, I will be guaranteed to get at least a 4 capacity plant on the following turn. Alright, let me check and make sure I got this. And guess what? 12 was the exact next plant. And in comes 27. Okay. That's actually terrible for me, though. I forgot about 27. That was the one remaining plant that could have stopped me from getting a... so I was wrong about being guaranteed to get a 4 plant. And 39 under the deck, 38 comes. Okay. Need to think about this. Here's what I can do. Because we don't have 36 in the game, but we have 46. This is a problem. I think, actually, I still buy 27 here. I think I still buy 27. That 21 drop could be the game winner for my opponent, though. That's the problem here. Because I'm just in such a bad situation in capacity. I could still possibly get to 21, But the problem is I need the exact 2 remaining 7 capacity plants. Luckily, one of those is already showing the 38, but the only other one is the 46. I would need both of those plants in order to reach 21 cities with just 2 more plant buys. What I'm thinking might be the answer is try to, like... Well, no, I don't know. I don't know about this, man. I think I'm just toast this game. The market stalled when I needed it not to stall. When the stall was reasonable up to a certain point. Can I build to 19? That's kind of what I want to do here. I think. 1, 2. No, I can't make it to 19. Okay. Alright. No reason to build then. Yeah, I'm just losing this one. I'm going to have such a money lead, and it's not going to matter. That 21, again, 21 coming out of nowhere after I buy a plant was just killer for me. That was the plant that I needed. And once again, I've fallen into the trap of my opponent, allowing my opponent to keep coal cheap because I can't get a coal plant myself. If I could have gotten 21, this game would be a hell of a lot different, and I'd be winning this game for sure. Like, guaranteed. And 30 is not... Okay, let me look at this. $23, $38, $32, $33... 44 and 50 came. We don't have to worry about 33 because if that's drawn, it's going to disappear since we have more than 13 cities. So... And 33 came. So... We're actually down to just 4 plants. Oh no, there was one that I was missing. I'm missing... Oh no, no, actually this is right, because it shows 5 left in the deck, but one of those is 13, which I don't have to worry about. So basically we're at a 1 in 4 chance now of getting the 46. Opponent stocking up on those resources. What I need is to go below them in the turn order here. I'm projecting like I can end the game here. My opponent has to think about that. So I think they may feel the need to build above me this turn, which they did. Hooray! They build above me. That's what I wanted, because I need to get the most chances at the 46. What this comes down to is, if I don't get 46 on the next turn, I lose the game. Period. If I get 46, I win. I think that's how this is going to happen here. So I'm not gonna run the 24. There's not really a reason to. Just doesn't make. I don't think it makes a profit considering how much more expensive I'm making my own resource here. $29. Womp womp. Well, that's one of the duds. 13 is still in there. And 39, which is a really great plant normally, but it doesn't help me because I don't get to 21. Opponents should buy 32 here. That's the correct buy to get them up to 21. Especially because they already have oil stocked. They can just replace 16 with 32. gets them to 21 cities. Now, here's the deal. Yep. Yes! And I get the lucky drop. Okay. I thought I lost this game, but now I think this one's mine. Alright. The efficiency should be winning in the long run here. Hooray. He needs to buy 3 coal and oil, so it's worth, okay, buying 2 coal and the 1 oil and 3 trash, right? Because 46 is a hybrid plant, can use any combination of coal and oil, so just buy the cheapest stuff. Buy oil if it's cheap, because he will need an oil, and then just buy the coal to increase his prices there. This is the correct play. I think I win this game now. My opponent made a huge mistake building above me, although I understand why they did it, because I think they were afraid that I could end the game if they stayed below me in cities. So I think, actually, no, that I wouldn't call it a mistake. That was reasonable on their part because I'd been making a lot of money throughout this game. I've been very efficient. So I do think that they were correct to worry that I'd end the game if they kept at fewer cities than me. I could just end the game and power more than them by building to 21. So I'm the purple house, yeah. I don't have as much money left as I think. I might actually not win this because of how cheap coal has been throughout the game. Spara might have overtaken me on money because of the cheap coal. Even though 25 was expensive, they did make a lot of money out of it, so that might work out well for them. And then 21 was an incredible drop. So they might still win, actually. We'll see. I still have a hunch that I should win this, but I'm honestly not sure at this point. I paid a lot less for plants than Spara did overall, I think. I'm really glad I was able to make 27 an endgame plant. That made me really happy. Nope, Spara wins. Cheap coal does it. Oh, they beat me by over 30 bucks. Wow. That's what happens when you can't punish coal, kids. Yeah, I thought I was doing well in this game, too. I guess, again, opponent gets the coal plant, and I don't get to punish them for it. That 21 drop. This has been the second 2-player game I've recorded recently where 21 drops out of nowhere for my opponent in just a perfect situation, and so I'm willing to bet that's what won them the game, was that 21 drop. Because the problem with 25 was, if I won 25, my opponent would be running a plant like 10 and making coal much more expensive for me. So 25 would not have really made me as much money as it did for my opponent. It's a tricky situation. Anyway, yeah, another interesting Italy game. And, yeah. I don't know, man. I just need more coal plants. We need like 20 or 25 to not be the only coal plant in the game, for once. Oh well, see you later.